Team Rush Hour.
Oh, Rush Hour, that's right. They call themselves that, right?
I think so.
Okay, good.
I might be mixing it up with another esport. I apologize if that's the case, but it is winners semis, and we're going to see what we're going into right here. It's a good time. All right, immediately, right off the bat, we have Red Team kind of sandwiched in the middle. Armada and Android trying to fight their way out and see if they can pick one person to kind of gang up on.
And it is just an enormous scuffle right now. No one knows what to do. Everyone's just dash attacking and colliding into each other. Multiple people are getting hit by the same moves. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I think one of the things that you can look for from Shroomd and S2J is S2J in particular in doubles is much more conservative than you'd expect given his singles style. He puts hitboxes really only where they're absolutely necessary and is just extremely careful. Shroomd, on the other hand, he kind of has a similar style, but right now it's a little tough to see.
He also has the best DI in the world.
He has the best DI in the world.
all of Smash, for
and
sure.
his opponents often make him use it. They test him by hitting him very, very far away.
And, oh, just enough to get that. And, okay, we find ourselves even here, very even, dead even as a matter of fact.
Even there, Shroomd low-key almost survived.
Yes.
There was like a moment when you kind of had that question mark.
Ooh, and no DI from the other Sheik. Android dying to a back air.
So one of the major problems with both teams right now is the lack of vertical kill options. We've talked about this recently in a lot of our doubles analysis that, Armada is a big proponent of the idea that vertical kill gives you a couple seconds extra to 1v2. Exactly. And over the course of a whole game, you can add it up and be like, 20, 25 seconds that you're saving.
On top of it being extremely reliable just as a kill move because no edge guarding needed.
Yeah, but with both of these teams, they're kind of forced to do horizontal, and I think actually Captain Falcon has a slight advantage in that. Peach has really great edge guarding, and just the synergy between these two brothers gives them a lot of help, but they don't have any one simple option to make it work. They have to work really hard. And Armada has to set up, float off stage. It's a long time investment to actually get the guaranteed stuff.
Android has to find safe grabs and know where his partner is at all times to do their infamous team combos in a down tilt. Fair.
Even just that, even just that sequence, you saw Armada took so much time to run across the stage to help Android, and it gave Shroomd enough time to be able to get the counterattack ready for when Armada finally got there. He could disengage from his own fight and get into the real one.
Absolutely. Ooh, the second hit Nair. Falling just up to clip Armada and get him out of there. One of the disadvantages Peach has, obviously, in doubles is when she gets knocked away, you have an opportunity for 2v1, every stock.
Oh, S2J picking that up off stage.
That was incredible.
That whole situation. It started off with Armada getting these monster down at smashes, as you do in doubles. S2J now sitting on a pretty high value stock. Looks like we're cleaning that up real quick. Armada's been tanking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really well.
As he is wont to do. Both characters have the potential to be, both Peach and Sheik have the potential to be really good tanks.
He is wont to do,
But they split offensive, defensive, and tanking abilities really, really well. And that's one of the things that makes them such a good team.
Yeah. Ooh, blue team trying to make it want to don't. Yeah, that's a second kill coming through on the offstage up air from S2J versus Armada. It's still so tough because of the percentage on Shroomd.
Shroom's coming in to help out his man. He needs it real bad.
But guess who gets there first? It's Android.
Other Sheik.
And it looks like Armada and Android now in the 1v2, and Armada's sitting on 0%. This is...
the grab release! The grab release!
The grab release.
So, Rishi was talking about that in the other stream earlier.
Yes.
We saw...
And Practical Task did some lab work.
Yes, he did. And he mentioned the other team. Rishi said, literally, you can do that in doubles by just dash attacking your teammate behind.
Yeah.
That's
he
actually
said
legitimate.
The knockback was comparable to a Shine Spike. You could see that visually, and that's just the facts of the game.
So that's semi-spike for sure. It looks like it's down and away.
Yeah.
And that's key. That's ideal.
And they're really, both of these characters don't have super great options at sending down and away quickly like that. So it's a cool setup, especially in a 1v2 where there is a premium on stability, because if you don't have a set plan for your 1v2 for what you do off the grab, that's how the guy gets away. That's how you get the 1v2 comebacks. Most 1v2 comebacks are not because of the one being particularly clutch. They have to be, for sure. That's the minimum. But the other team really has to drop the ball.
They do. It is always your game to lose in that situation.
Yeah,
and that's why the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, unless you're a crazy high percentage, in which case, hope spring is eternal.
Okay, so Dreamland, I'm not sure if this is better for the team who counterpicked it or better for the team or for Red Team. I really have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, counterpicking when you have sort of similar team compositions is
right. But then Peach,
it's just about what you think and your team benefits from. I think this is generally good for blue team. I think it gives Armada a bit of survivability that ignores the fact that they were getting a lot of early kills on Armada, but in exchange you get S2J living longer, and I think that along with Knee, will probably cancel out the advantages they've now handed over to the Peach.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
I hope so.
Knee at the right place is just as good as anywhere else. Okay, he won 41%, though. I think Johnny's looking for that Knee, but he gets dash attack instead.
Yeah. I mean, on both of them now, it's just getting them off stage and up airing or kneeing, and you're in a good spot.
Or fair, or Johnny was looking for back air.
That was an accidental team kill from Shroomed, I think.
Yeah, he was trying to save him either way, but Armada had the upper hand.
Yeah. Wonder who has the lower hand. We're always talking about the upper.
That's true. We never mentioned the lower hand. Okay, trying to do their own little teamwork. Amazing Amsa tech.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Armada at 170%. A little bit of a backfire on this pick, perhaps.
He does not want to die, and this is precisely why, like I said, I'm not sure if this blue advantage or the red. And he got the
reverse hug.
Or like he turned around and still.
The save from Shroom, but he actually. He makes it back as well on the DI. That is Shroomed.
Yeah.
I don't know if SJ can get there in time.
He's not going to make it. Yeah, Armada was too threatening. He had to bail.
But even just threatening the save on Shroomed screwed S2J too. He went too deep. Armada was ready to cover him on the left and Armada on the right, or Android on the right, excuse me. That's a rough time.
Exactly. Yeah, team plays can often be very delicate like that. Despite your best intentions, you might wind up hurting your partner.
And that's definitely something that we sometimes get caught on when we're talking about the game is, why didn't he go help his friend? And it's because of situations like that where you just get locked up, even if you might not even be able to help them at all.
Yeah, and they won't, and sometimes the other team won't let you help them.
Yeah. So now it's 5 stocks to 3 with Armada and Android.
Great reactions. Great reactions for Team Red for that tech chase platform on Shroom.
Yeah.
And then that'll definitely do it for Shroom there.
Okay. This is a blowout.
This is huge.
They shouldn't have gone here.
This is way, way different. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Okay.
Hope.
I mean, sure. You take what you can.
You really do. When you have no hope, I think that's the time where you need to hope the most.
Yeah. Much like Gotham City when Batman disappeared at the beginning of the third Batman film.
Right.
Chris Nolan trilogy. And they made
okay. That could have been sick. Sick. I like the recovery from Johnny.
Okay.
Okay, S2J tournament winning though, and now he's getting juggled around.
I can't believe just how smoothly they get the combos. Armada killed himself for that.
He tried. And whoa.
Armada killed himself to finish the team combo. I think that they're fine with stage positioning-wise. This is sometimes just what you have to do in doubles to close it off. You sometimes have to get a little bit more risky. And they exchanged all their stocks basically for a strong percentage advantage.
A very strong percentage lead, but
it was still a trade, and that means that there is that space.
Can't count the Cali boys out. They've practiced their team recoveries, and that's all there's going to get.
There may not be any.
Yeah, no.
No recovery there. Still best of 5. There is still the potential for an 0-3 comeback. If you're a Shroom and S2J fan, though, you're going to have to give them a lot of your energy because...
Got to throw your coins in the fountain now because they need a wish. They need a prayer. Cracking the knuckles. Take note from Android. Make those hands healthy. Make them happy, healthy hands.
You got to treat your
hands... shake out.
Treat your body with love.
Right? The Cali boys are just going to play, and the Swedish boys are making sure their hands are right.
Yeah. These guys come from the land of cold and the land of warm. And they're here in the land of cows.
Moo. Although California, I think, is the second largest dairy producer in America, because of course it is.
Show me per capita per se.
Per capita per se?
Per se. I want to see those per person. They have a lot of people, so they need a lot of cows.
They do need a lot
Wisconsin,
of
there are some states in this blessed union.
Exporter. What if I said exporter?
Yeah, there are some states in this union that have more cows than people. Wyoming, for one.
That's not real.
Check it.
Tell me that's real.
I think it's real.
I want it to be real.
I'm like 90% sure.
Oh, man. To all you Wyomings out there, shout out to you.
And if I'm 90% sure about anything, that's enough to talk about it.
Armada and Android. We're going to Dreamland. You know what I'm 100% sure of is that this is a bad idea.
They believe in it. So, I mean, I guess you have to start looking at the alternatives. So, if not Dreamland, then what? What are they going to go? I think Pokemon Stadium and Yoshi's are pretty bad against the red team's comp. I still would have liked to see them change, but I guess they figured we have an 0-3 comeback to make. If we can't win here...
I think Yoshi's is a little better. I think Yoshi's actually significantly better than Dreamland.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is scary. Less room for Falcon to move around, obviously, but more room for him to do, like, really, really intense and clutch Falcon stuff.
I also think it's possible that the blue team may have misunderstood.
Oh my God! That
by
target switch by S2J though.
Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah, he really
I actually
is.
saw him doing that in one of the earlier sets versus, I believe it was Wizrobe in Swedish. And his target switching was just so fast and smooth. Another person who I saw earlier today that was doing it really well was Mango with Mewtwo King. You of course have to because of the way that Mewtwo King kind of positions himself on the stage. But
exactly.
Target switching is definitely something to look for in your doubles players. Figure out how good they are.
Yeah. Who's like? Do you think that melee teams have like traditional roles as fighting teams? Like we say like tank a lot, like tanking stocks, but like is there a point in a carry? Like is that
for sure? I think that definitely is the relationship that you get. Sometimes it looks more like a tennis where it's more back and front than support and carry.
Right.
It just depends on the composition. I think Shroomed and S2J as well as Armada and Android play more of like a front to back style where it's more about who is feeling hot gets to be the guy that goes in.
It seems that way. And yes, just like the game before, Armada is not lost to stock and a measly 148% too.
Yeah, he's looking amazing.
Yeah. Down smash, okay, shields in time, good stuff. Meanwhile, Sheik's trade. Rishi says that a lot. Meanwhile, I love it.
6 hours later.
6 hours, an eternity later.
Yeah. Ooh. That was almost sick from Android, but actually the last tick of that Nair caught up with Armada.
Okay. I don't know why Armada threw that turn there was kind of cool. And his first stock goes away. Wanted to ping for it.
Yeah. It's down the drain but not forgotten.
Yeah, and it was
a 2-minute stock, 2 minute 10 seconds.
If Shroomed was at lower percent, I would say this is doable, but he's going to die any second now. Especially if SJ can't get over there in time. Oh, the reversal though? Ah, there we go. He's going to live.
Yeah, that's a save. Family means nobody gets left behind.
He's going to do the quick. Okay, no punish. Perfect. And just as intended. Family means no one left behind.
Ohana means family.
Is that oh my goodness. Lilo and Stitch. Shout out to Lilo and Stitch.
Shout out to Lilo and Stitch.
Yo.
Shout out to Lilo. And maybe a Stitch face from Armada?
Ooh.
Nah.
Lilo and Stitch face? That'd be a great tag, actually.
I think it is somebody's tag.
It is?
Yeah.
Aw.
Alrighty.
Okay.
It's just so hard for the blue team. It feels like they need
God.
like a million Johnny stocks in a row. He needs to
Armada
1v2.
just got like right in between Android and S2J and forced him off stage, and now he's finishing it up.
They just are so efficient at their strategy where they get one guy off stage, especially if he's high percent, and then they don't even often they won't care about edge guarding, and they will just immediately begin their brigade of combos on the one person who's left behind.
Exactly.
It's very terrifying.
And both these guys have really devastating down smashes and doubles too.
Look at Armada. See, we're back in that. Yeah, he can do whatever he needs to.
That's rough. There's some.
Holy moly, Armada.
Okay, fellas. The very quick, very decisive 3-0.
That was disgusting.
Boys from Cali need to go back to Slab, but that is just winners. They're not out yet. They still the path to a potential victory.
Look at even Armada and Android.
Yeah, he's like,
he's showing off a little bit.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments in Melee history was when during the crew battle between SoCal and I think it was EU, I had to be, Armada and MacD were warming up, and we saw Armada and MacD practicing their float cancel nairs, and at first they started off with a very similar tempo, you know, and then slowly as they kept going on, a minute was passing, and like MacD started to fall behind, and the king reigns supreme. It's Armada. And he just is a machine, man. He has the muscle memory.